Hey, hello. Good morning. How are you guys? I know this is first time I'm doing it this early. So I just want to make sure if you guys are here and you can hear me, just type hi or type hashtag live. Let me just quickly make few settings. So I just want if you can see me and you can hear me, just type hi or type hashtag live. We are back again with the episode 14 of Tuesday Treat, and once again, I bring you an amazing expert who is going to share some really amazing stuff about them. So, I will quickly be inviting them uh, in this live stream just to make sure if you can hear me. I just want you to type hi or say hashtag live just to make sure that there are no technical glitches. So, something amazing about my guests today is what they do is they bring, I mean, it's like, they are all about colors coming to life. And my guest, she brings 20 plus years of print industry skills, knowledge, and experience to her client. And when you work with her on your printing needs, you enter into a personalized partnership with an expert who will work just for you. So please let me, let's invite and let's welcome my guest, Susan Toub. Just give me a second. Let me just have her on the stream. Let me just add her. Hey, Susan. Welcome.
Hello, hi. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It is great to be here, and thank you so much for having me as your guest, Adil.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's so early, and I really appreciate that. I understand this the program that I do. I do it on Tuesday, and Tuesday is one of your busiest day. So I
Yes,
really appreciate you taking time out and you
thank you.
agreeing to participate this early. It's quite early over there for you. I understand that. Uh, let me just not waste time and jump right
hmm
in. Uh, well, can you tell our audience a bit about yourself and tell us
Sure.
about what you do?
Thank you. Yes, I will. So I'll start with my name is Sussan Toub. My company is Perfect Impression, and I am a print broker with over 20 years experience and actually almost 25 years experience in the printing industry. So for those of you who don't know what a print broker is or does, the two words print manager defines my role better. I provide a managed service to my clients. So what I do is I'm the liaison between my clients and the wholesale printers and suppliers of printing products. My services are offered to people in North America only because I'm not allowed to go over the borders of North America. So, general public, and in this case for today, actually, coaches and consultants can't go directly to wholesale printers to benefit from their special prices for the high quality product. But I can, because as a print broker, I take a large volume of printing products to these printers every week. And this allows me to negotiate excellent prices for and faster turnarounds for high quality products. And I'm proud to say that in almost every case, I save my clients time and money. So I'm actually quickly going to share a very short version of something that happened and how I got a client. Someone was
So, but
referred to me.
before
Yes,
that, before we
sure.
go into that,
hmm
Susan, before we go into that, I'm really curious. how did you get into the printing industry? I mean, can you tell us something about that?
It's actually quite funny because my background is was in fashion design when I was back in Iran. I'm
Wow.
originally from Iran, but my studies was administration as well when I was
Mm-hmm.
in my earlier years. So when we moved to Canada, we were obliged to open a business because we came here as entrepreneurs, and we bought into a printing shop. So that's how it all started in '96. We bought into a print shop, and I operated all of these machines myself. And
Wow.
then,
And this was the first time you were operating all these machines.
yes, yeah. And then 17 years later, we sold our store to kind of retire, but my husband wanted to retire, and retirement was too early for me. So a few months later, I became a print broker because I had so many resources and so much knowledge.
Yeah.
It was a shame to put it away.
Yeah. It's amazing. And I think this connects very well to my second question, and you briefly talked about this, that the audience of this show are mostly coaches and consultants. And
Mm-hmm.
I know, I mean, at least before COVID, I mean, I would really want you to share to both both those phases. I mean, there was this before COVID phase and then after COVID phase. And I think still a lot many people think because everything is online, maybe they cannot do a lot of print stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
while taking us through how coaches can benefit from what you do talk about how it was before COVID, how it is now, and how they can benefit if there are avenues that they can explore and maybe they are not thinking
Mm-hmm.
about it.
Mm-hmm. So before COVID, for my kind of business, before and after was kind of the same because I never had a store as a print broker. So um, for me, everything was always online, and the only difference was that I would get my clients from networkings of face to face, and now
Hmm.
it's all online. What COVID did for me, though, is introduce me to the V Team group, which now I can work with graphic designers who are one of my best clients, as well as coaches who have clients in the States and Canada. So before COVID, the printing maybe would come to me and then I would take it to my clients, and now it's can go directly to my clients. And when COVID happened, the first month, I thought, okay, my printing business is done. And believe it or not, the very first customer ordered business cards. And that was March of last year. And I was thinking, what do they need business cards for? And she said she now is going to mail to every single client with an advertising piece that I had printed for her before to just
Wow.
tell them that
Yeah.
she is there, she is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
And I think you were sharing some story about, I mean, how you got a client recently, I think.
well, it was a few months ago that a coach contacted me. She was actually referred by another coach who's my client. And
Hmm.
this coach wanted 100 workbooks, all in color, all
Wow.
spiral bound, and she needed 15 of them within a week. She already had a quote from her printer, and I was able to offer her a quote from my printer, approximately half the price of her printer. She got her workbooks, the first 15 workbooks in 4 days. and the rest of them within a week later. So that's how I was able to save her lots of time and money.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, like you shared about the money. So how is it like? I mean, I understand because you mentioned that you have, I mean, bulk work that you
Mm-hmm.
offer to these printers that you work with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, so that this can be the advantage that you're offering. Is that
Of
correct?
course. That is actually how I'm able to offer these good rates,
Hmm.
because um, a general public, one person may only take to a printer one advertising piece every 6 months. I take 100 pieces of advertising to these printers a week.
Wow.
So that's the difference. That's
Yeah.
why I can communicate with them and get negotiate with them, and I say,
Hmm.
well, you want my business, you better give me better rates. And another thing with that I can do with coaches for coaches is that they all need some kind of workbook or book, and they also need some advertising pieces like promotional material, like notepads, bookmarks, mugs, maybe bags that they want to send to their clients. And instead of running around finding different suppliers and printers, they only contact me, because then this way I know who to go to, who's the best person for pricing. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah. So
this way
it's
I can also save them some time and money as well again. Hmm.
yeah, I think that's amazing that, and I think some of those who are actually starting out or are new coaches, I think they can really get these ideas because not many of them think that it's not just about the workbook
Yeah.
or what they can have printed during the workshop, but
Yeah.
there are stuff that they can do before and even after their interaction or workshop. I mean, I,
Hmm.
I used to work for a training organization, and I remember that every time for a new year, we used to get those diaries printed, or there are stuff
Hmm.
that we used to give away to our
Hmm.
potential
Hmm.
clients and existing clients. So
Yeah.
these are some of the things that they can use as something that they can use as an opportunity to interact and
True.
to connect with their client. So,
True.
any other thing that you think? I mean, something that you really enjoyed working on, some project with a coach. Can you share
Um,
something about that?
there is so much, and most of them is when they receive something, when they look at this, especially this very special coach that I mentioned to you. She said that the workbooks she received was totally different from her previous ones. The quality, the paper, and she was so happy. And she's actually a repeat customer now. I've been printing for her ever since, for many other products as well as repeat of the workbooks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have so many stories because I deal with so many clients a week. Another client needed some postcards mailed to homes. I was able to take the whole thing, print, take it to, this was in Canada. So I took it to Canada Post, had it delivered to the residences that she needed. So that's also another service I offer. And she said, I was sitting at my computer. All I did was email a file, and Sussan took care of the whole thing.
Wow. So it's not just the printing, but you can manage the delivery side of it as well.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's only for Canada, or you can manage that for the US as well.
I can manage it for the US as well. Yeah.
Okay. And these
Hmm.
are the two countries where you are providing your services,
Yes,
Canada
yes.
and
And the US.
yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
and the US. Yeah.
Hmm.
Great. And just one more connecting question to this, that like you said, you make sure that you take care of the printing side and even the
Hmm.
delivery. What about the
Hmm.
design? I think you mentioned earlier that you are
Y-
a part of a networking group where you do partner with
yes,
designers, but how
yes.
does that work?
I have actually a number of different designers I work with because they are actually my clients as well. So, depending to the job that needs to be done, sometimes it's just a tweak on a already ready print artwork. I then refer it to a different designer. But yes, because of the networking groups I'm part of, I work with designers, and it's no problem having an artwork designed from scratch.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, well, that's amazing. So, I mean, now moving on to my favorite part
Hmm.
of this whole interview. I mean, where we actually have a very different tradition. Usually, what
Hmm.
happens that when guests come to your place, you give them gifts or you give them some treats. But what we do here is the opposite. We ask our guests if they have any treat for us and our audience. So, do you
Well,
have any treat for us?
of course, I would love to do that. Although being here is the gift that you've given me, so that's very
Well,
kind of you.
no, you know, but I think you being here and sharing what you do is also a treat in itself. So I really
Thanks.
thank you for doing that.
Thank you. So, what I would love to be offering is that a 15 to 20 minute um, kind of like coaching session for my consulting kind of. So, in this 15 to 20 minutes, I would tell them what products is good for what they want to use.
Mm.
I know all about the printer's colors, the requirements. So going one on one as a consultant with them, offering my service of 15 to 20 minutes free of charge. And
Wow,
this would
that's
be
amazing.
for people who are listening now or listening to the episode afterwards by just mentioning this specific episode on Adil's interview.
Yeah. Well, I can ask them to just tell you that they watched you on Tuesday Treat. So it could be a
That's
deal
great.
or Tuesday Treat. Yeah. So
Yes,
I
no
think
problem.
yeah, so
Sure.
I think what we'll do is this is going live on Facebook. So I would
Hmm.
really request you to share your details. I mean, not just the link to book this call, but if you have any
Hmm.
contact details like email or something that you want to share.
Yeah, or my
So for
calendar.
people
Yeah,
who,
I'll also
yeah,
can put
so
a link to my calendar.
yeah, that would
Hmm.
be awesome. So I think
Hmm.
once this live is over, you can share that in this thread over on Facebook. So I think
Sure,
people who are watching it live now or on replay, they can actually see that, and they can
for
reach out
sure.
to you using that. And I think I know there are some amazing coaches and some who are really talented coaches who are starting out. I think you should really have to, you should grab this opportunity and talk to Susan. She's somebody I think you really need to meet and get to know about the work that she's offering. And I think this is something that you can use to provide that extra value to your client.
Hmm.
And I think
That's
these are the little things, these are the little values. When you provide that, they make a difference and they make you stand out with your client. So, Susan, any parting thought?
no, it's great. Again, thanks so much for having me here. And if anybody actually has questions, I don't mind answering questions, even if it's not going to be a business for me. That's the service that I'm ready to offer here alongside my 15 to 20 minutes.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
I think I should count it as a double treat then. That not only they can have the call with you, but they can ask you questions.
Yes, for
So
sure.
I mean that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much for
Thank
your
you.
time. I really wish you all the best for your rest of
Thanks.
the day and the week.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for having
and
me.
yeah, and to those who are watching this live or on replay, I mean, thank you so much for being here. And do tune in next week. We are having another episode with another amazing expert sharing their expertise. So don't forget to watch this. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.